For this tutorial, I wanted to go over the Associates feature of ShopSite. As a quick reminder, associates are people who advertise for your store on their site and receive a commission on the sales they generate. To get to the Associates page in the back office, click Merchandising from the menu bar, then click Associates. The Associates page has a number of features related to creating and maintaining those who help increase your sales volume. We will take a look at each of them, but to start, let's add a new associate by clicking the Add an Associate button at the bottom of the screen. There are quite a few fields on this page, but only 3 of them are essential: name, email, and commission. The rest are there for convenience in keeping all information about an associate on hand. For this example, I'm adding a new associate named John. First, I will enter his name and email address, then his commission. I've decided to determine his commission as a percentage of the sales of those who shop at my store from a link on his, and will set the commission at 3%. I am also going to change the default landing page URL from the index page of my website to the More Information page for my Sand Bucket Set product. As I said before, there are a number of additional fields that you can use to store information on your associates. Things like the company they work for, address, etc. I find it useful to keep a note on how the associate prefers to be paid. In this case, John likes to use PayPal, so I'll make a quick note to use PayPal for payments. With all of the necessary information entered, click the Create Link to Store button to save the changes and create the URL. Notice that the page name changed to reflect that the associate has been saved. Scroll down to the bottom to find the URL. Copy and paste this URL into an email and send it to the associate for them to insert it into their website. The anchor tags can be used around text or an image, so you may want to provide a logo with the URL to the associate. Clicking Save Changes takes us back to the Associates page where we can now see John in the list. Perhaps, after a while, John has sent a fair amount of business our way and we want to reward him by upping his commission. After selecting his name, click Edit Associate to return to the Edit Associate Information page. The simplest way to increase John's cut is to up the percentage he receives as commission. For example, I can change his percentage from 3% to 5%. Alternately, I can decide to pay him a flat amount from every sale. Use your discretion to pay what works best for you. When you've made the desired changes, scroll to the bottom. Clicking Update Link will save changes and refresh the page, while Save Changes saves and then returns to the Associates screen. The link itself won't change unless you change the fields for the name or default URL. Now that we've created and edited an associate, it might be a good idea to show you how an associate link might be inserted into a WordPress blog. So first, I will go back to the Edit Associate page and copy the link. Then I will go to a WordPress site. I have already started a new post featuring the Sand Bucket set. Currently, I am in visual mode. To add the link, I need to be in text mode. I can change which mode I am in by clicking on the appropriate tab in the upper right. Now that I have pasted in the link, I am going to change the text for the link to say, "Click here for more information." And now let's preview my post. If a customer clicks on the associate link, it will take them straight to the default URL that I entered for that associate. In this case, the More Information page for the sand bucket set. If a customer purchases the sand bucket set or any other product from my store after coming from the associate's link, ShopSite will record that order as having come through that associate. Let's finish this tutorial by showing you what to expect when viewing associate orders. To do this, I need to go back to my ShopSite back office and select an associate. Then click Edit Associate Orders. You can see the relevant info about the orders placed by people following the associate's link. Likely, the most important information for you on this screen is the commission, which you can find in the lower right corner. When you've paid the associate their commission, you can remove the order by selecting the checkbox for the order in the Delete column. Click OK or Recalculate to remove the order. And that's the Associates feature. Thanks for watching.